Y'all should have told me. Let's get to it.
Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. In today's episode, I probably should call this segment Get Off My Lawn segment. I will discuss with you guys why I feel that, I'm a little bit worried about NBA basketball and basketball in general. So maybe it's just a very personal video and might rub some people the wrong way, but yeah, some things I just have to get off my chest. Anyway, but before we start with this episode, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the content, and don't forget to follow this.
The world is one big collaboration.
My boy out with these ads, bro. Gotta get that YouTube.
Let's do it. NBA. So where do we start? Now, for those of you who don't know, I was a huge NBA fan, I think, since I was like 6 years old. So we're talking like since 1989, basically. And to me, NBA basketball was everything. Like, not only did I watch every single game that I came across, I had like every VHS tape of not only Michael Jordan airtime and NBA superstars and the championship videos of each teams, and so to speak. I literally inhaled NBA basketball. Obviously, I also played myself. I was one of the few kids back in the days in Germany who basically practiced every single day. And while
bro's from Germany. I didn't even know that. Word.
Most kids would practice for 2 hours, like 2 or 3 weeks, 3 days a week. I would literally practice for 4 hours every single day. Not because I had to, but I was just so in love with the game, and I just could not get enough. Like, if it was up to me, I would have
crazy.
dropped out of school and played 24/7.
I seen it. I seen it. I seen it. What my life? I see my boy about to do that. With bro.
24/7. But that's not what I'm saying. Just want to give you some of my background. And you know, watching NBA basketball for so many years, I often hear those arguments or those saying like, oh yeah, this is the evolution of basketball. And the one thing that always came to mind to me is, does evolution automatically mean better? Like, just because something changes into a certain direction, does it automatically mean that things nowadays are better than they were?
Absolutely not. I feel like when you get into it, in terms of something being better, you know, this is tricky because, yeah, we could evolve as basketball players, you know, become better dribblers, better shooters, you know, more athletic, things of that nature, right? But as he's saying, I don't really enjoy the game as much as I enjoy the older games that I watch. You feel me? Like, so it's like,
back in the days,
and
don't get me wrong, especially for younger folks who would consider somebody like me, naturally, to be an old guy hating on new stuff. I am aware of the fact that many things in today's world,
I hate that narrative too, bro, because I'm a youngin', bro, and who don't like physical basketball? You understand when they really into it, tapping in each other's faces, you know what I'm saying? Really, you know? Come on, bro. Like, niggas can't tell me they don't want to see that. Y'all want to see everybody just putting threes all day? I want to see somebody go at somebody, you know? Somebody really try to stop somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's for bragging rights. You're not scoring on me, bro. Like, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I want to see shit like that, bro.
World have improved. I mean, technology, many things are better than what we had back in the 80s and the 90s. And there are certain aspects of today's NBA player that are definitely better. I think personally, not only that players today are better shooters,
that's what I was trying to say. I was
also
fucking
from the
up,
athleticism, players are way more advanced than they were back in the days. Like, the average NBA player is way more physically or let's say athletically advanced than players in the 80s and 90s. So obviously there are things that are better in today's game, but there are certain things that I think, even though people call it evolution, I think that they not only hurt NBA basketball, but I think that the impact, the overall impact on basketball is devastating. Now, the first player I want to talk about is Steph Curry. And don't get me wrong, I think he's a phenomenal player, and I actually like him. He seems to be a good guy. I like the family values. I already liked his dad, Del Curry, who played for the Charlotte Hornets and Toronto Raptors back in the days. And I think it's amazing what Steph can do. But, and it's not even his fault, but as we all know, when you have superstar players, they have a heavy influence of the younger players. People try to imitate players. Like, for example, I used to copy Michael Jordan like crazy. Obviously, I was never that good, but I would copy his moves. But with him, it helped me to get my fundamentals on point, because I always realized, okay, Michael Jordan is not only this high-flying guy who can do this acrobatic stuff, but he had a great mid-range game. Defensively, he was always well-positioned in those things. So I try to copy that too.
Definitely well-positioned.
But with Steph Curry, you have millions of kids and younger players and college players who want to shoot from all over the place. And to me, my question is, okay, do the young ones realize that you have to be that good to actually be an effective player on court? Like, you actually harm your team if you shoot from all over the place and you don't make those shots? This is, again, then when coaching comes into place, it's the coach's responsibility to teach the young ones, to tell them, like, hey, this is not good, and so on. But apparently that doesn't happen, because if I take a look, and this is what's really hurting me, like, I'm on Instagram, and Instagram, because the algorithm shows me all kind of college stuff, young ones playing, and so to speak, and I see clips of games which basically destroy my basketball heart. Like, if I see how young players play, it's all about shooting from everywhere. And the unfortunate thing,
yeah, shooting from everywhere, trying to get the highlight play, you know, but can you blame them though? If that's the game in the NBA today, what are they supposed to do? They can't really, you know, they can't, if they start playing, I mean, if you play dominant in old school, they can't deny it, you know, if you're dominant. But what the NBA is looking for, they're looking for shooters. They're looking for the next Steph Curry, the next, you know, Wembanyama that can shoot the ball, you know. They're looking for these things, so it's like, as a coach, what do you want them to do? Not have them shooting them threes when they've been working on them threes all day yesterday, because they know this short guard gonna have to shoot these threes all day in the NBA. High pick and roll, you know.
It's not just a handful of players. It's like you have like almost the entire team playing the same way, and to me, already really hurting the game for the past 10 years, especially when you take a look at the NBA teams that copied the style of the Golden State Warriors. And Charles Barkley said something very smart, like, how dumb must teams be to copy the style of the Golden State Warriors?
That is so stupid, bro. Because the only reason why the Golden State Warriors are playing like that, because they have two of the greatest shooters of all time. You understand? I'm pretty sure bro was about to say something along these lines, like, bro, y'all don't have the shooters that the Golden State Warriors had. There's no reason for it's like, logically it doesn't make sense, you know. I see that they thought, okay, it worked for them, let's try to do it. But you don't have the right personnel, you don't have the right materials to do that method, to do that strategy. You don't.
Warriors, a team that back then had 3 of the best shooters of all time. Like, how can you copy that? It's mind-boggling. But even NBA players and NBA teams and NBA coaches don't realize that, which is, I don't know, it's kind of scary. So how can you expect lower college teams and high school teams and AAU teams and, so to speak, basketball clubs to not fall for the same trap if even NBA teams do it? I don't know. Then we have another thing.
That's a fact, bro. Yeah, that might be the root of the problem, bro. NBA teams don't have their own identity no more. Everybody's just playing the same, you know? And that's one thing it's like, all the basketball be the same. Like, the teams play different, don't get me wrong. They definitely have their differences. But it's not too much, you're not going to see too much different shit. You know, you're not going to see a team that's just straight pound the ball inside all game. You know, you're not going to see a team that's, you know what I'm saying, only hitting the post. Every team is shooting 3-pointers. Every team implements that into their game heavily. You know, damn near.
Also is really making me afraid of basketball's future. If you take a look at NBA teams and NBA players nowadays, you have the feeling that most players really play the same way. Like, to me, when I...
Yo, bro. This shit is crazy, bro. Because I'm saying this shit right before bro is saying this shit. Like, I can't make this shit up.
See an NBA game.
It's crazy.
I have the feeling
that means we not bugging. If y'all feel the same way, we not bugging.
Identical players on court. Now, obviously, there's a slight difference. The one player might have a better ball handling skill, and the other player might have a little bit
of difference, of course.
But at the
end, for the most part, bro,
they all play the same way. And to me, the beauty of basketball, to me, was always, I loved it, that you have 5 players on court with different skill sets, with all different jobs. And that was the beauty to me. Like, you have to contribute your skill set and the difference in your playing style to come together as one to be effective as a team. That to me was the beauty of the game. And that's getting more and more lost. Like, if you see
facts.
players...
It's so much positionless basketball that's, I guess, is one of the cons and negatives of it, you know? It's crazy.
It's like Joel Embiid, you know, who obviously could be dominating in the post.
That's what the main. When I was talking about the post just now, that's who really I was thinking about. Right, he was right at the top of my mind. For real, Joel Embiid, boy.
He prefers to shoot threes, just like all the other players.
Get in the motherfucking post, boy.
It's taking away so much.
See how big Joel Embiid is? If he gets in the post, 90% of the league cannot stop him.
The beauty of the game,
bro.
And they don't even realize it. They probably also don't care. But to me, and I'm pretty sure to many fans who love the beauty of the game and who know how special the game can be, this really hurts. Also, if you take a look at today's players, yes, as I said in the beginning of the video, they might jump higher, they're more athletic, but many qualities of the game get lost. If you take a look, and I mentioned that countless times, if you take a look at the post game is completely vanishing. The mid-range game is completely vanishing. Basketball IQ to me is also vanishing. Why? Like, to me, strategy.
People are just using their skills and their athleticism, their talent, whatever you want to call it, to carry them through. They're not really thinking the game. They're not really thinking about what they're doing. They just, you know, it's all instinct, you know, and that can be good for some people, but I feel like you're never going to be able to make the higher IQ plays without being able to think 2 plays ahead, think 3 plays ahead, you know, things like that, bro.
Is really getting lost. Like, for example, when I grew up, I was always taught that if you have a player on the opposing team who has, for example, 4 fouls, you attack him, for example. Your strategy is to always exploit the weakness or the critical situation of your opponent. I don't see that in today's game anymore.
Yo, for real, I don't see. Yo, bro, like, I don't mean to put myself in it, but at the YMCA, if we playing 5-on-5 and you a baby and you guarding anybody, it don't matter if it's a point guard. You understand? Post up, body work, yo. 2 hands strong, finish the rock. But that's how we coming. Like, I don't understand it. People are making the game extra hard. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. You understand? Find a mismatch. Go to work. You understand? Come on, bro. It's not that difficult.
It's isolation basketball, bro. Dribble, shooting from all over the court. Like, the fundamentals of the game are completely getting lost. And why am I worried about this? I mean, hey, I'm an old FUCK. Now, I know that my...
Find a mismatch, go in the post, really put that boy through it, you know? Make him switch. And once they switch, put him the, you know what I'm saying? Next person, put pain in, like, it's over. Like, come on, bro, that's how we gotta do it. Like,
of course, I hope that he will also
take him out the game.
Start playing basketball when he's like 6 or so. And I want him to see the pureness of the game, which I'm 100% sure he will not discover that because it will be long gone. And another thing, and I know it's getting really deep into the conversation, but you remember, like in the 90s and the 80s, you always had so many veterans on the team. And the job of the veterans was, obviously, they weren't as fresh with their body, but they had experience to teach, which is so important. The guidance of an older player. And you have to understand that nowadays, the veterans that you have in today's NBAs, those are those players who already adapted the wrong mindset, the wrong teachings of the game, which means that they will pass it on to the next generation. So, which also means that the real wisdom of the game, the most important information about the game, won't be passed on by the veterans now. And it will continue and continue and continue. To me, I believe, and I already know that today's basketball is something completely different than what we grew up on.
Yeah, that's the end of this one, y'all. Alright, I feel, bro. I definitely feel, bro. You know, I still got high hopes, though. Hopefully, with I don't even know, bro. It's not looking good. I would, like, everybody is shooting the ball. Everybody. I don't want to drag this out, though, bro. Click on the last reaction. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. Turn on post notifications. Like the video, comment, subscribe. I'm out here, man.